Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're bringing you something a little different. A fictional but super realistic dialogue between two people sharing their daily life routines. But this isn't your usual small talk. It's filled with quirky habits, hidden emotions, and surprising insights that might even sound like conversations you've had yourself. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into this unique exchange that feels like overhearing two real people in their most authentic moments. Trust me, you've never listened to a conversation quite like this before.
You're still up too.
Yeah, I've been awake since 2. Did my whole morning routine already. Shower, breakfast, answered emails. Now I'm just sitting here watching my neighbor's cat hunt moths under the streetlight.
That's early even for you. I thought your thing was 5.
It was, but I kept waking up earlier naturally, so I stopped fighting it. Now 4 feels late. What about you? You're usually dead to the world until 8.
I can't do the sleep thing anymore. I lie there and compose letters to people in my head. Full letters with commas and everything. Last night I wrote a 30-minute apology to my 7th grade English teacher for telling her that semicolons were pretentious.
Were you wrong?
No, but I was rude about it. Anyway, by the time I finish the mental letter, I'm too awake. So now I just get up around 3 and do my postal route.
Your what?
That's what I call it. I walk through the apartment and visit each room like I'm delivering mail. Kitchen first. I make tea, but never drink it. Just hold the cup. Then the bathroom. I reorganize one thing. Today it was the cotton swabs. I put them in a jam jar. Makes them feel more intentional, less like they're just existing. Then the living room, where I sit on the floor, not the couch, and read the same 3 pages of whatever book is there.
The same 3 pages?
I never remember to bring the book the next night, so it's always whatever's already in that room. Last week it was a cookbook. I read about braising chicken thighs 7 times. Now I feel like I have a PhD in braising.
But you don't actually braise anything.
God, no. The reading is the whole point. Actually, cooking would ruin it. The routine is the thing, not the outcome.
That's weirdly profound. I do something similar with my spoons.
Your spoons?
After breakfast, which is always 2 eggs, 1 piece of toast, no butter, same blue plate, I wash my spoon last. Everything else can go in the dishwasher, but the spoon has to be hand-washed and dried immediately. I have 13 spoons. I know this because I counted them once during a panic attack. Now I dry each one and think, spoon number 1, you did good today. Spoon number 2, solid work.
You thank your spoons?
Not think, acknowledge. There's a difference. They're reliable. They show up. I can't say that about most things in my life.
Jesus, speaker 2.
What? It's meditative. You mentally apologize to dead teachers. I acknowledge cutlery. We're both coping.
Fair. Do you have a favorite spoon?
Number 7. It has a tiny dent on the handle. Makes it easier to grip.
I respect that. I have a favorite mug, but I never use it. It just sits on the shelf so I can look at it and know it exists. Using it feels like it would diminish something.
The potential of the mug.
Exactly. The unused mug is perfect. The used mug is just a mug.
I do that with time. Every Sunday, I block out 2 hours on my calendar for Project TBD. But I never assign a project. I just like knowing the time is there, waiting. Sometimes I sit in my car during those 2 hours and listen to the same album from college. Sometimes I walk to the hardware store and smell the lumber section. Last week, I went to the library and read magazine articles about cities I'll never visit.
Which cities?
Reykjavik, Montevideo, a place in Kazakhstan I can't pronounce. I read them like fiction. The weather in Reykjavik in November. It's like science fiction to me. I'll never go, so it might as well be a story about Mars.
I do that with recipes. I collect them obsessively, torn from magazines, screenshots, written on receipts. I have hundreds, but I cook the same 6 meals on rotation. The collecting is the actual hobby. Making the food would just use them up.
It's the same with my neighbor's cat. I watch it hunt every morning. Same time, same spot. I've never petted it, never will. The watching is the relationship.
Do you think we're like this because we're avoiding something bigger?
Definitely. But I don't think that makes it less real. My spoons are a genuine bright spot. Your postal route sounds kind of beautiful, actually.
Some mornings I add a stop. I'll stand in front of the window in the spare room and try to remember what I was worried about exactly 1 year ago. I can never remember. It helps.
That's good. I should try that instead of watching cat television. Though honestly, the cat's pretty compelling. Last week it caught something. A moth, I think? And then just let it go. Caught and released, like it was practicing.
Maybe it's doing its routine too.
Maybe we're all just practicing. Braising imaginary chicken, washing reliable spoons, visiting rooms in our own homes like tourists, reading about cities that might as well be Mars.
You know what's weird? I feel more awake during my postal route than I do during actual daytime. Like those hours between 3 and 5 are more real than noon.
It's because no one expects anything from you at 4 in the morning. You're off the clock. The world's closed. You can just be weird.
Is that what we're doing? Being weird?
I think we're being specific. There's a difference. Weird is trying. This is just what actually happens when no one's watching.
I like that. Being specific instead of weird.
The cat just caught another moth.
Did it let it go?
Yeah, same as always,
Good. Consistency is underrated.
says the woman with the postal route.
Says the man who thanks spoons.
Acknowledges. I acknowledge spoons.
Right. Sorry, that's a crucial distinction.
It really is, though.
You always come here at exactly 6:47. I've noticed.
How did you even notice that?
I work the deli counter. You're my last customer before I clean the slicer. Every Tuesday and Friday, 6:47, you ask for a quarter pound of the olive loaf that nobody else buys.
It's good olive loaf. And I come at 6:47 because that's when the store's energy shifts. Before that, it's still daytime people, rushed, scanning lists, grabbing dinner in a panic. After 7, it's night people, buying wine and frozen pizzas, already defeated. But 6:47, that's the transition. The store takes a breath.
I've never heard anyone describe a grocery store breathing.
You must feel it though, right? You're here during the shift.
I feel when my feet start hurting, which is around 3 p.m. By 6:47, I'm mostly thinking about whether I remembered to move my laundry to the dryer this morning. I usually didn't.
Do you rewash it?
Always. I pretend I'm going to just run it through the dryer, but that mildew smell is already there, invisible but waiting. So I rewash it, add extra detergent like I'm apologizing to the clothes. Sometimes I'll wash the same load 3 times in a week.
That's basically a part-time job.
It's my Sisyphus moment. You know, that Greek guy who pushes the boulder uphill forever? That's me and laundry. Except I'm pushing the same damp towels through cycles until I die.
At least Sisyphus only had one boulder. I've got 17.
17 what?
Tasks that reset every day. I count them while brushing my teeth. 3 minutes, so I assign each 30-second interval a category. First 30 seconds is things that keep me alive. Eating, sleeping, showering. Second interval is things that keep me employed. Third is things that keep my apartment from becoming a biohazard. By the time I hit the 2-minute mark, I'm into things I do to pretend I'm a person with hobbies. What's the last 30 seconds? That's reserved for existential panic. Very efficient.
I do something similar, but with my drive home. I take the long route. Adds 12 minutes because I need 3 distinct phases to decompress. Phase 1 is angry music, where I mentally argue with every difficult customer. Phase 2 is sad music, where I forgive them and also forgive myself for being petty. Phase 3 is ambient sounds, usually rain or ocean, where I become a blank slate before I walk into my apartment.
What happens if you skip a phase?
I bring the wrong energy home. Last week, I skipped phase 2, went straight from angry to ambient, and I spent the whole evening reorganizing my bookshelf by color instead of author. Ruined the whole system. Now I can't find anything, and my bookshelf looks like a rainbow threw up.
That's the problem. It looks amazing, but it's chaos. Pretty chaos. I keep almost fixing it, but then I take a picture and get a little dopamine hit and leave it. I alphabetize my spices, but only the ones that start with C through M. The rest are random.
Why only C through M?
I started alphabetizing one day, got interrupted, and when I came back, I couldn't remember if I had started with A or if those were just naturally in order. So I only trust C through M. Cumin, dill, garlic, marjoram, those are definitely intentional.
That's insane.
It's a system. Not a good system, but it's mine. Like how you have your 3-phase drive.
My drive is therapeutic. Your spices are just giving up partway through.
It's acknowledging that complete order is a myth. Partial order is achievable. I've made peace with the chaos on both ends.
Is that why you buy olive loaf? Because nobody else does? You're making peace with the unpopular deli meat?
No, I buy olive loaf because my dad used to eat it. He'd make sandwiches every Sunday and cut them into 4 triangles even though he was eating alone. I never understood why 4 triangles mattered. But now I buy a 1/4 pound every week and I cut my sandwiches into 4 triangles. And I get it.
What do you get?
That the ritual is the point. The triangles don't taste different, but making them means you're not just consuming food, you're having an experience. You're participating in your own life instead of just enduring it.
Is your dad...
3 years ago. Heart attack in the cereal aisle, actually. Different store, though.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but the olive loaf helps. It sounds stupid.
It doesn't sound stupid. I keep my grandmother's shopping lists. She's been dead for 6 years, but I have probably 40 lists in a drawer, all on the same type of paper, torn from the same notepad, same handwriting, milk, bread, tomatoes. Call Janet. I don't know who Janet is. Didn't know then either, but I read them sometimes when my day feels like that Sisyphus thing.
Does it help?
Yeah, because her life was also just milk, bread, tomatoes, repeat. But she made it 53 years. That feels like winning somehow.
That's why I like 647. It's not the time things start or end. It's the in-between time, the breath.
I never thought of it that way. I just thought you were weird about deli meat.
I am weird about deli meat. But I'm also weird about other things.
We're all weird about other things. I iron my socks.
You... what?
Only the nice ones, the ones with patterns. It feels respectful.
To the socks?
To the idea of putting in effort, even if nobody sees it, especially if nobody sees it. That's when it counts most.
My dad used to say something like that. The measure of a person is what they do when nobody's checking.
He sounds like he was a good person.
He was an okay person who tried really hard. I think that counts for more, actually.
Yeah, I think that counts for everything.
So, same time next week? 6:47?
I'll have your olive loaf ready. 1/4 pound.
Perfect. And hey, move your laundry when you get home.
I will. Probably won't, but I appreciate the reminder.
That's also a system.
Not a good one.
But it's yours.
You're doing it again.
Doing what?
That thing where you check your watch every 90 seconds. I've been counting.
It's not 90 seconds. It's every 2 minutes and 13 seconds. There's a difference.
Laughs? See, this is exactly what I mean. Who times their watch check-in intervals?
Someone who wakes up at 4:47 every morning, that's who. Not 4:45, not 4:50, 4:47. And before you ask, yes, there's a reason. At 4:47, the intersection outside my apartment is perfectly silent. No cars, no people. Just this pure 7-minute window before the first bus rumbles through at 4:54. I make my coffee in that silence. If I wake up at 4:45, I'm rushing. At 4:50, I've already missed it.
That's actually kind of beautiful in a deeply neurotic way.
Says the person who alphabetizes their spice rack weekly.
Monthly. I alphabetize monthly, and it's not the same thing. You're timing silence. I'm just maintaining order in a chaotic world. There's a difference.
Is there, though?
Yes, because my thing doesn't affect anyone else. Your thing, your silence thing, I bet you hate when people sleep over.
Pauses. I've never had anyone sleep over.
Never?
Not in 7 years. Not since I established the routine. How do you explain to someone that they need to be completely silent between 4:47 and 4:54? They'll think you're insane. They'll breathe too loud or cough or ask what you're doing standing in the kitchen just listening to nothing.
But that's so lonely.
Is it? I have the only time in the entire day that belongs completely to me. 7 minutes where the world hasn't started making demands yet. No emails, no notifications, no one needing anything. Just me and my coffee and the silence. That's not lonely, that's sacred.
I think I get that. I really do. My thing is 11:34 p.m.
Your thing?
Every night at 11:34, I write down 3 things that didn't happen. Not things that did happen, things that didn't.
What do you mean, things that didn't happen?
Like, today I didn't get hit by a car. Today my mom didn't call with bad news. Today I didn't find out I have cancer. I started doing it after my dad died. He went in for a routine checkup and was gone in 6 weeks. Pancreatic cancer. And I realized we spend all this time cataloging what happens, but we never acknowledge the millions of terrible things that could have happened but didn't. It's my way of, I don't know, keeping track of the good fortune we don't notice.
That's heavy.
Yeah, but it helps. Some nights it's hard to find 3 things. Like, I really have to dig deep. Today, the plane I wasn't on didn't crash. Today, I didn't have a heart attack. Today, my mom didn't call with bad news. I started doing it after my dad died. He went in for a routine checkup and was gone in 6 weeks. Pancreatic cancer. And I realized we spend all this time cataloging what happens, but we never acknowledge the millions of terrible things that could have happened but didn't. It's my way of, I don't know, keeping track of the good fortune we don't notice.
That's heavy.
Yeah, but it helps. Some nights it's hard to find 3 things. Like, I really have to dig deep. Today, the plane I wasn't on didn't crash. Today, I didn't have a heart attack. Today, my mom didn't call with bad news. I started doing it after my dad died. He went in for a routine checkup and was gone in 6 weeks. Pancreatic cancer. And I realized we spend all this time cataloging what happens, but we never acknowledge the millions of terrible things that could have happened but didn't. It's my way of, I don't know, keeping track of the good fortune we don't notice.
That's heavy.
Yeah, but it helps. Some nights it's hard to find 3 things. Like, I really have to dig deep. Today, the plane I wasn't on didn't crash. Today, my mom didn't call with bad news. Today, I didn't have a heart attack. Today, I didn't have a child. Someone else didn't have a child. I did not have a child today.
Do you ever write about things that didn't happen to other people?
What do you mean?
Like, today someone I don't know didn't lose their child. Today, a stranger in Beijing didn't get their diagnosis.
No. God, no. If I started thinking about all the suffering that is happening while I'm sitting here being grateful it's not happening to me, I couldn't do it. That way lies madness.
Fair enough. So what else? What happens at 11:35?
I brush my teeth for exactly 4 minutes. 2 minutes per quadrant. Then I check that the stove is off. Even though I haven't used it since morning, even though I can see from my bed that it's off. But I get up and check anyway. Then I rearrange my shoes.
Rearrange them how?
By how I think I'll feel the next day. If I think it's going to be a good day, my yellow sneakers go in front. Bad day, the practical black flats. Uncertain day, the boots that could go either way, depending on what I pair them with. Does it work? Can you predict your days?
About 60% of the time.
Which is better than chance, right? Or maybe I'm just making the day match the shoes. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
After my coffee silence, I spend exactly 18 minutes reading the same book.
The same book? You mean the same book every morning?
Same book, The Moviegoer by Walker Percy. I've been reading it for 7 years. I never finish it. Every morning I read exactly 3 pages, and I've read the whole thing maybe 40 times now. But here's the thing. I notice something different every single time. A word I glossed over before, a connection I never made. It's like the book changes just slightly each morning. Or maybe I do.
What happens when you finish the 3 pages?
I mark my place, close the book, and I do my route.
Your route.
I walk the same route every morning. 6 blocks north, 3 blocks east, 6 blocks south, 3 blocks west. A perfect rectangle. Takes 22 minutes. I see the same people. The woman who smokes on her stoop at 5:30. The guy who's always leaving for work at 5:38 in his hospital scrubs. The 3 teenagers who are coming home at 5:41 from wherever teenagers go all night.
Do you talk to them?
Never. That would ruin it. They're like characters in my morning show. I've created whole lives for them in my head. The smoking woman is grieving her sister. The hospital worker is having an affair with a colleague on the night shift. The teenagers are actually siblings who sneak out together because their home life is unbearable.
You don't actually know any of that.
Of course not, but it makes the walk meaningful. It gives weight to the routine. Otherwise, I'm just a person walking in a rectangle for no reason.
Maybe walking in a rectangle for no reason is enough.
Maybe. What about you, after the shoes?
I get into bed and I count backwards from 300 by 7s. 300, 293, 286, 279. I used to lie awake for hours just thinking in circles. Things I said wrong, things I need to do, things I'm afraid of. The counting forces my brain into a track. It has to focus on the math. By the time I get to 50 or 60, I'm usually drifting off.
And if you don't?
Then I start over. But here's the weird part. I always fall asleep at a different number, never the same one twice. I've kept track for 6 months. I thought maybe there'd be a pattern, like I always fall asleep in the hundreds or always in the double digits. But it's random, completely random. And somehow that's comforting, like my brain is a mystery even to itself.
We're strange people.
Maybe. Or maybe everyone's this strange and they just hide it better. Maybe everyone has their 4:47, their 11:34, their silences and their countdowns, and their ways of making sense of the senseless.
Checks watch. It's 3:12.
2 minutes and 13 seconds since the last time?
Smiles. 1 minute, 58 seconds. I'm getting sloppy.
Good. Sloppy is good sometimes.